Thank you, Madam Chair. And again, I want to thank our witnesses for being here. And I want to be very clear. Republicans do not oppose electric vehicles. In fact, we do not oppose electrifying some of the U.S. Postal Fleet. We raise a very valid concern, and I appreciate Mr. Stein's testimony today and the questions he answered. The policies of the Biden administration and his son Hunter have put us at a severe competitive disadvantage to China in the world battery market, which is essential to electrifying the postal fleet and electrifying the everyday average vehicle. It's a worthy cause to try to transfer from fossil fuels to electric vehicles, but the policies in the Biden administration are making that even more difficult than the economics of it. For example, the Biden administration war on coal is making it more difficult to mine coal and to burn coal. I know that from being from a coal-burning state and a coal-producing state. You have to have coal to make electricity. You also have to have natural gas to make electricity. We have a lot of problems with our energy policy in America from the Biden administration. And it's going to make electrifying vehicles even more difficult. I know a lot of Democrats think that if the average American's upset with the high prices of gasoline, due primarily to the Biden administration policy, then the solution's very simple. According to the Democrats, just go buy an electric vehicle. We don't have the infrastructure to electrify the fleet, and I appreciate the Inspector General, and I look forward to working with you in the future on postal issues. She mentioned in her testimony that in some of her analysis, it was cheaper in some areas to electrify the vehicle. I'm going to go out on a limb and say those were the urban areas. And my colleagues on the left that are advocating for electrifying the postal fleet and mentioned the private sector, UPS and FedEx, and electrifying some of their fleet, those are in the cities. If you close your eyes and you imagine the presidential map of the last 4 presidential elections, you see blue on the East Coast, blue on the West Coast, and a few blue dots around America. Then the rest of that map is red. That red area, like where I represent, where we represent, we just don't believe that those rural areas are ready and have the infrastructure for the postal fleet to be electrified. The routes are longer. There are many more challenges than in the more compact urban areas. So we have a long way to go in America to electrify the postal fleet. Besides, this committee's jurisdiction and this committee's role, Madam Chair, is to save money. But yet every policy and every committee hearing from my friends on the left involves spending more money. When the government spends too much money, we have this thing called inflation. That's another challenge we have in America. And lastly, the role of the Postal Service right now, we need to focus on delivering the mail on time and doing it at a break-even cost. That's why we supported the Postal Reform Bill. I'm very excited about the bill signing ceremony tomorrow, Madam Chair. Very excited about the Postal Service. I think many of you know my grandmother spent her whole career as a mail carrier, a rural mail carrier. I love the post office, committed to saving the post office. But we need to focus on improving the performance at the post office and trying to get the post office to operate at a break-even level, because Congress is not going to continue to provide bailouts to the Postal Service. So with that, Madam Chair, yield back and look forward to many more discussions about the Postal Service in the future.